And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. Extremely cold today. 28 as you're waking up. We'll get a high a little bit later on. It's going to be warming up some. 80% chance of showers. It'll warm up enough that it won't be freezing, but showers are coming mainly after 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll have details on all of that here in a few moments as we dig deeper into your forecast. Right now, let's look at what the threat of severe weather is today. The Mississippi Gulf Coast tonight, we'll see a little bit chance of this as we go to Meridian Honda radar. And the light green shows it will get rain. You start getting into this heavier stuff. This is a level 1 for the Gulf Coast. Again, taking in Biloxi, Slidell, Louisiana, all the way back to New Iberia, and then east over to Crestview and Panama City in those areas there. So if you're going to be in that direction today, south toward the coast, expect some severe weather there. A level 1, it could be a whole lot worse. So that's what we've got in store for that. Now, again, the threat here, our main concern, and as we like to call a town meeting, will be held Monday night, as we will have severe weather moving into Mississippi, slowly from the coast. At this point, most of East Mississippi is a level 2. As you go north into Philadelphia, and those areas will be a level 1. Meridian, kind of that line there, south and west of here, to be a level 2. Again, we're days out from this. We're going to be watching it closely, and we want you to be prepared for whatever Mother Nature has for us. Again, that's coming up on Monday night. A lot to do today. Hope you'll join us. We got the morning show coming up at 7. Odie will be in. We've got a lot of headlines from across the nation next. Stay close. We'll get into that. Right now, we'll go to Collinsville to get that good word of the day started. Oh, here they come.
When I was growing up and going through Richardsville Elementary School in Bowling Green, Kentucky, my school had an enrichment program called Gifted and Talented. Students who excelled academically were pulled aside once a week to further be challenged in their development. Now, as I read in Ephesians 4, I'm reminded of that school program in verse 7 where it says that every person who is in Christ Jesus has been graced or gifted by God according to the measure of Christ's gift. I take that to mean that while everybody's gifted in some way, Christ in His sovereign wisdom gifts each person with the measure He sees fit. We all have gifts, but don't have the same gifts. We all have gifts, but we don't have all the same measure of those gifts. God gives them to us as He sees fit for the common good. So, beloved, your gift may not be my gift and vice versa, but we are each gifted and talented by God and should use it to our maximum for the glory of God and for the good of those around us. So may your gifting make a massive impact. Change begins in you.
The Change Begins in You is brought to you in part by Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Patrick Allen Companies, Mitchell Tire and Wrecker in Collinsville, Mowdy Cabinetry, and Parker Marketing Insurance Advisors. And welcome back. Good morning. Ruth, as you were saying there, short sleeve and 28 degrees. I had to find something red. It was as quick as I could come up with this morning. I don't wear short sleeves very often. Even during summer, I'm more of a long sleeve type person, but it was red and I located it. Odie will be in a few moments there. As we get into our headlines this morning, again, the high today, 58. I didn't bring that up a minute ago. As we get into our headlines that are shaping America this morning, I've read the story 2 or 3 times. I don't quite understand how this happened. We do know that it did happen, but I guess you would have to have the definition of exploding toilet to begin with. As we go to, I believe it's Florida is where we go to, Winter Park there, Orlando actually, to a Dunkin' Donuts. Man went to the bathroom, and they're describing it as the toilet exploded on him. Happened a year ago. The case is now headed to court. He's suing for $100,000 for, long-term injuries. $100,000 wouldn't pay much for long-term injuries, but he is still suing. Again, I've read back and forth of what caused the toilet to explode, and there's no explanation. It sounds more like an eruption of a backup to me, but I could be wrong. He was covered in a few things, as you might think. I'll leave it at that. I don't understand crazes sometimes of what makes Americans want to rush out and buy something. Is it the fact that they're afraid that they can't have it and their neighbor can? I'm unsure. But Starbucks, they've released a few of these at Target, pink cups. And let me show you what it looks like online here. They're ranging from any price. Right now, if they're available, you can get them at Target for $49, I believe. They're already being transferred over to eBay. $193 for that one. As usual, like the what's that stuff my wife buys? The Dunn cups and all of that. Something Dunn. Ray Dunn. That stuff seems to make it to other sites to sell for more. Anyway, Starbucks selling these, a limited edition that can be found there at Starbucks, $49 in Target. But people feel that they got to have them. I don't understand the craze. I guess you just got to have it. You got to have it. But that's the latest there. Limited supplies. They are going out quick. Here's another view of that. This one already up to $239. Yeah. Mine's here somewhere. It works just fine. Have mercy, have mercy. Let's see what else we've got going on this morning. Do you remember we talked about yesterday to where the pregnant girl and her boyfriend were found deceased and that police were saying they thought it was a drug deal gone by? Her family is arguing that couldn't be the case. It was in San Antonio is where all this went down. Only time will tell. The investigation continues there. A Florida man, as we near January the 6th, that will be tomorrow on Saturday. Lots going on with all of this across the nation as we keep seeing anybody who was there basically locked up. But we did have someone that cut an ankle bracelet off before their trial came up. Cut it off and didn't show up for his court hearing. They've sentenced him to 10 years in jail for that. Wow. A few years to think about what he done, isn't it? As we talk about that, Marjorie Taylor Greene, I think we've all heard that name by now. She was setting up an event in Florida tomorrow, and they have canceled her event because it has ties to the January 6th. I don't know how you word it, but January 6th event from a few years ago. So they've canceled it, and she will not be hosting her event at all, in case you wanted to know that. A few months ago, we brought this up. It was in California. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. They didn't give details. But family members were at somebody's house, and they discovered a body in a freezer. Do y'all remember that? It turns out it's been a missing person for 9 years. It was an 81-year-old lady that was found in the freezer. No one's been charged yet. Getting serious. There was no missing report put on her. Hello, little girl. Sophie had to come see us. Bless her heart. Let's see what else we got going on this morning here. A few other things that have begun as we begin our day. Let's see. I don't know much about ex-Rock's musicians. I guess this heavy metal stuff would fall under Odie, but, well, yeah, I'm not getting much reaction out of him over there. But we've got a murder suspect. He's an ex-rock musician. They say killed his 61-year-old girlfriend. You ever heard of a heavy funk metal band named Mr. Bungle?
No,
He wasn't real popular, I don't think.
heavy, and he's got all their albums.
Odie's got all the albums.
Got them from various
Oh, have mercy. I don't know a whole lot about punk rock music, but he is accused. The family ended up noticing she wasn't around, and he has been caught. He's been taken into custody over that. Law and Order star. I've never watched Law and Order a whole lot. It's because there's no emotion on the show. It's really dry. They go from one scene to the next, and it's all boring. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. As we look at that, Harry Johnson has passed away at the age of 81 from a long illness. He was on the show. Let's see what else has happened this morning. The Jeffrey Epstein case, or Epstein, however you want to pronounce that. They're linking a model that committed suicide a few years ago to this. After she visited the island, she came back, drugs, and then she ended up taking her own life. Bill Clinton, getting all kinds of, I need to even be careful bringing this up, but they said that he marched into Vanity Fair's office and threatened the staff if they did an article on Jeffrey a few years ago. Imagine that. We all know it wouldn't be serious until Hillary showed up. She tells you, pay attention. That's my thoughts on that. Let's see. They say that Greg Abbott's stunning immigration is winning. As he drops more and more off, he's busing 95,000 immigrants to sanctuary cities that no longer think that being a sanctuary city is all that great. They're telling Biden to back off now. We'll see what becomes of this, as we all know that he opened up the border a little bit more this week. Sad news is there's sad but good news on this. We had a B-51 bomber crash yesterday in South Dakota. The good news, everyone on board was able to parachute out. They're safe. That's the good news that we get out of this. I don't know how many million this is going to cost the taxpayer that went down. We gave that away in 30 seconds to another country, I'm sure, just a few minutes ago. Planes are expensive. We'll be right back with your weather and all of that good stuff coming up. Good morning from Water Valley. So glad to have you, Laura. We appreciate you joining us. Candace, he is in the corner sitting over there. We got him all hemmed up over there. We'll be right back with more of your headlines as we start the day together. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn.
Sanders Gas, Sanders Air and Heat is your full-service propane supplier since 1946. We take pride in ensuring reliable, friendly service to our customers. We also provide safety tune-ups related to propane, air conditioning, and heating systems, keeping our communities efficient and safe. I'm Chuck Sanders, and yes, we're local.
And welcome back. As we said, expect rain today, most likely to move into the area after 3 o'clock as we go to our forecast scan of what's going to be happening today. Straight from the National Weather Service says 57, 58, the best we're going to get, but rain as we go northward to Philadelphia, Noxapater. Temperatures start to drop from 54 all the way to 51 by the time you get to Eupora. We should hold steady there. It stayed at 53. Back over toward the river, it looks to be 52 in Vicksburg, and we'll even see 54 in Natchez today. Let's go east into Bama. Rain will taper off east of Birmingham. Gadsden, Anniston area should be fine. Heavier there right on the state line. Starting to lighten up a little bit as you get through Demopolis and Tuscaloosa area, but remember, the interstates will be slick. Well, run off the road. We don't want you to have an accident there. As we look at Monday, again, we're still looking at this as this increases of possible severe weather as we get into Monday. We'll have more on this as he gets closer and closer, as we'll have some heavy winds as well moving about through the area. So keep it in mind. We'll be together sometime on Monday night, Monday evening, tracking weather most likely. The Mississippi Gulf Coast should be the heaviest, and as it moves through East Mississippi and West Alabama, this will steadily become a bigger problem. Now, winds will be one of the biggest things that we have. We want you to be extra careful with that. As we get north of the Meridian area, it'll get a little bit heavier there toward the Philadelphia area. That's what we're looking at so far. And again, let me pull this back up. This is the National Weather Service of what they're telling us. Right there, as you go straight to the Weather Service site, it shows the Meridian area right there at that level 2 just north. That would put it somewhere right around Barham Funeral Home, right around the soccer complex, across Highway 39 there at that level 2, and everything south, west, and east of here will be a level 2, north of there 1. This can change in between now and Monday. So we have to keep this in mind as we plan this. Lawn furniture, garbage cans need to be put up. What are the temperatures doing? We're kind of normal for this time of year, at least for now. The 10-day outlook shows this is what we've got. We got colder weather coming in from the west, entering Texas, and will make its way across the deep south. Still warmer, and we'll see storms down in Florida today, up the east coast there, as this warmer weather will reflect that. Now, here's your 7-day forecast. We'll get down to 43 tonight, drastically different than where we are right now. 28. We even had a wind chill earlier with that wind of about 22. That's backed off, but still 28. 56 is what's projected for tomorrow. No chances of rain. That's good. Low down to 37. 57 on Sunday. As we move back into work on Monday is when those thunderstorms come in. As you'll see, we got an 80% chance of thunderstorms on Monday. The heavier storms will move eastward toward Bama and to Georgia and these areas on Tuesday. Still a 50% chance of rain until it tapers off on Wednesday with a high of 53. Now, as you'll see right there, that's 32 right at the line. Hopefully all of that weather will be moved out by the time the temperatures start to drop. That's what's expected. It's Mother Nature. We'll watch it. The extended forecast all the way through the 19th are showing 50s. We get one day into the 40s, but look at these nighttime lows. They're all right there at the freezing line. We'll watch this on the 13th. Look at that, 34. As we get down in here, this is a bigger concern on the 18th there. 50% chance of showers with a low of 33. Wouldn't take but 1 degree either way to change things. We'll be watching it closely as we get near that. Weather, weather, weather. Usually it's February, those big chances of severe weather or a possibility of snow. I'd like one day of it. I think most people would. It's fun. We enjoy it. What's happening on the fishing calendar as we go to Chet's Paint and Body? He tells us right now, grab it. It's good till about 8:30 today, 8:36. Another major time will be right after dark. Now, the wind's going to be east-southeast wind 5 to 10 with gusts of 25 miles an hour. As we move into the hunting forecast, here's what we have there for today, ending it out. Best times to deer hunt today. Kicking off roughly in about 4 minutes. 6:50 to around right at 9 o'clock is your best time to hunt today. Next time will be after dark, 7:15 to around 9:15 tonight. Got some minor chances there, and the wind's going to be east-southeast 5 to 10, but look at this. Gust of 25 miles an hour. So that makes it kind of rough to be up in a tree. Make sure to go to those stands. Hopefully you got a little plastic in those where that north wind don't cut through. 28 degrees, it makes it kind of rough out there. That's a quick look at your forecast. We got a lot coming up in the area of what went on last night. We'll be telling you about it. Make sure to join us beginning at 7. We've got a special guest in with us this morning. We'll reveal who that is at 7. Odie's all dressed in red. Did your wife dress you this morning?
Oh, no.
No, she didn't roll over. Odie had to leave in the dark all alone. We'll be right back as we get the show underway at 7 o'clock. Join us, won't you? Spread the word. We'll be glad to see you. That's all coming up at 7 here at the Scotty Ray Report. If every time the wind blows, you get...
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.